All right, let's take a look at a drop-down and Vlookup combination. So what we have here in cell C7 is a drop-down box. This drop-down box, as you can see, is 4 choices: lemonade, chocolate, iced, and light. Now, just to kind of point you to where this drop-down box is coming from, the drop-down box is being filled with these 4 values here. Now, what happens with these 3 cells here, what I'm going to demo in the next moment, is that whenever I pick an option under drink product, it will bring me the feature season and also the sales discount percentage, okay? And you're going to see, for instance, if I pick chocolate, you should see this cell update to winter because I see winter here, and the sales discount should update to 10%. So let me go ahead and do that. I'll pick chocolate, and you see these 2 cells update automatically. So let's take a look at how we do this. So the first thing to note is that the drop-down box is a simple menu option in Excel. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to show you that it's in the data validation option. And as you can see, you get a pop-up box for data validation. This is a list, and what I've done here is I've come and I've chosen where I want my list to be filled from. I click OK, and I get the drop-down box. A pretty simple but very powerful feature. So the first formula argument is the lookup value. The second formula argument is the table array. The third formula argument is the column index number. We'll take a look at that in a second. And then the fourth argument is the range lookup. Now, this is a true or false. We are always going to use false. So let's focus most on these first 3 arguments because these are really the things that you're going to be changing the most. This is going to be dependent on what you're looking for and where you're looking for it. So the lookup value, think of that as your search term. Similar to how you go into Amazon or Netflix and you search for a movie name, that's effectively what this first argument is here. What are you looking for? So in this example, if I want to see the feature season, I want to see the feature season based on product name. Well, product name is my search term, right? So that's this first argument here. The second argument is where I want to do my search. What's the range within which I want to conduct my search? So for this feature season search, I'm going to look within these 2 columns because I want to look for my drink product name. And then based on the drink product name, I want to pull back the feature season. So I'm going to need to pull both columns. Now let's take a look what the number 2 is doing. The number 2 is probably going to be the trickiest or most abstract piece of this because what that's going to do is that's asking you to count or tell Excel how many columns it needs to count over from the search term. Let's unpack that for a second. When you pick your search range, your search term is going to be in this first column. Okay? That's a requirement for the VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP and Excel require your search term to be in this first column. Then this number 2 is doing the following. You're telling Excel, jump 2 columns from the first column. So 1 column, 2 columns. Look in column number 2 and return back that value when you find your search term. So once again, let's just kind of evaluate what the VLOOKUP is doing. It's looking for chocolate because that's what the value is in C7. Okay. Then it's coming into range B11 through C15, which are the red cells here. And then the number 2 is telling the formula, okay, once I find chocolate, I want to count over to the second column. This is the first column. This is the second column. So winter is the second column over where chocolate is listed. And that's why we get winter as the evaluated result. You can run through the same logic with the sales discount percentage. Notice the only thing that's different, I have the same search term. I'm looking for chocolate, except for the sales discount percentage, I now am using 3 columns because my sales discount percentage is in the 3rd column. And I'm going to count over 3 columns so that when I get to chocolate, so VLOOKUP will come in and get to chocolate. It'll say 1, 2, now 3, 3rd column over, that's 10%. And that's why we evaluate to 10%. This is a very powerful combination, the drop down and the VLOOKUP. We're going to be practicing it all week. And what I'm going to ask you to do is do a simple exercise down below, and you'll have a more advanced exercise in exercise 3. Okay, thanks.